Yo, listen up, it's time for a tale about a podcast that'll leave you frail. Hard way wrestling coming at you raw, bringing the heat, breaking every law. They drop the truth, no holds barred, talking smack, getting you hyped up hard, calling out the fakes, exposing the lies. Hard way wrestling taken by surprise. Hard way wrestling coming to your city. Nothing but realness, nothing but grit. Going down a gauntlet, making them mark. Hard way wrestling, straight from the heart.
Welcome to Hard Way Wrestling.
This is why I'm glad I do not wear headphones.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby, got some lungs, baby.
Hey, Ricky, you
What?
awake now?
What?
What's going on, boys?
Not too much.
It's a lot easier to do that when we're not doing it twice a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. So, welcome to Hard Way Wrestling. It is when was the last time we shot? Was it last week? Last week sometime? Last Wednesday? Last Tuesday?
Last Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah. So, everybody, thank you so much for dropping in. If you're dropping in, if you're not dropping in, if you're on Kick or TikTok or wherever you're at, please go like and subscribe. Facebook, YouTube. Please go make sure you like and subscribe. For the next couple of weeks, it's going to be sporadic. Got a lot of shit going on here at my place. A lot of construction going on. And renovating and doing whatever. My mother is moving in with us. We're adding an addition onto the house. So it has been one thing after another. Not as easy as I thought it was going to be. But $80,000 later, we'll be there. So,
I thought you were building a jail cell for Damien.
he would feel right at home. He would feel right at home. So yeah, so it's got. Hey, what's up, Randy?
Or possibly a new chamber for Carmella.
I could. Yeah, she's already chewed through the one I had already. So.
You got to tie the umbilical cord tighter.
Please bear with us, or bear with me. Really, these guys are probably ready to go every day, but I just got too much going on right now. So also starting a new job here in August. So a lot of things coming. Hopefully it'll be good for the pod. It'll give me a little bit more time in the evening. We won't have to maybe we won't have to start at 5 o'clock. We can start maybe a little later. That kind of stuff. So yeah. What's up, boys? How we doing?
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, we're gonna get an NXT show tonight, right? Maybe tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, we're gonna get that up.
We'll record tonight. It'll drop tomorrow.
Okay.
So.
Still looking for somebody to do an AEW show, so maybe we'll get a little bit more content on here. So just in case we can't make it or I can't make it, somebody else will be here, and that's what we're looking forward to.
Is Rob going to get back to the crackdown?
I don't know.
I think 2 hours.
I think Rob met a girl.
Oh.
Yeah,
tell him that's no excuse.
I think Rob met a girl, and until the Stockholm syndrome wears off, I think he's busy.
Tell him that's no excuse.
Wait a minute. So how many blow-up dolls is this that he's going through?
I don't know. Can you imagine being the top on a blow-up doll? Oh my god.
Steve's belly button. Steve's belly button expanded barely.
It's definitely already expanded. Yeah, TNA is coming to Baltimore. Where am I at? Oh, it is on a Friday, and I have to work on Saturday morning.
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah. So no bueno. I think I have a wrestling show on that Saturday, so there was no way I'll be able to.
I just saw a post at Dynamite 300 or 3,000 or whatever.
300.
3,000 would be fun.
Yeah, 300 is going to be at Capital One.
Oh, that would be cool. Maybe we go to that. When is that?
Fuck. Now I gotta find. I don't want to click off the page of the.
I will be in Baltimore on that Wednesday night, but I'll be at the Orioles game next Wednesday.
That'll probably be more entertaining.
Yeah. Well, the Mets are in town, so the Mets are in a bad way right now, and that's what we want. That's what the Orioles need right now. We need teams that are in bad.
Won't matter.
Yeah, it really doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't matter. So, anyway, Night of Champions was this weekend. I caught some of it, didn't catch it all. What were your thoughts, Scotty? Night of Champions. What's anything stand out to you?
Honestly, not all that much. I mean, like you said, I caught parts of it, didn't catch the whole thing. I was out that day. But
Day
what
of
I saw,
Champions.
yeah, Day of Champions. What I saw, I mean, again, it was a typical Saudi show. I mean, we knew overall, we pretty much knew what was going to happen. We called pretty much what was going to happen on the prediction challenge show. The only thing I didn't see coming was, I mean, well, you guys said it. I kind of disregarded you. Was the title switch from Jacob Fatu to Solo Sikoa, because I didn't think they were going to do that. I kind of thought that was dumb because Jacob's the better of the two. But you
Well,
know,
they
Story
have to.
building.
Yes, they have to keep that story going for right now. And if he'd have lost right there, hey, what's up, Brian? If they'd have lost right there,
Solo.
if Solo would have lost right there, then that probably would have ended the story. I mean, where could they go from there? So, the bloodline is getting bigger and bigger as we speak.
I was more surprised Tonga Loa was back.
yeah,
Did
Tonga-
he
And
bo- I didn't see it. Did he botch anything?
No, he's actually on cue,
Oh wow. Okay.
which I think surprised me.
yeah. That was the bigger surprise than him coming back, is that he didn't botch anything coming back.
Right.
I wish
He-
they wouldn't.
Go ahead.
I wish they wouldn't change like these wrestlers' names, like because I already heard they're switching Hikuleo to Talatonga.
Talatonga, yes. They're
Like,
switching him to
fuck
Talatonga.
confuse us anymore. There's Talas, Tamas, Tongas. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Titties, tongas, and tallywhackers.
So there was a post. There was a post by oh shit, Zilla. Zilla wasn't happy with the whole thing. So we'll see. Maybe we're gonna get Zilla. Maybe we're gonna get the other son, Rikishi's other son, or Samu's other son. Maybe we're gonna get that.
I mean, honestly, I think the match of the night was the street fight with Raquel and Rhea. My personal opinion. I thought that match was
that's
pretty good.
the one. That's the one that I caught the most. The titty smacks with the
Kendo stick.
with the kendo stick.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty decent match. The Jade match was terrible.
Yeah.
Like I told you, she I don't know if she got into Brian Hardy's Tanner, but she looked a lot darker than normal, or not dark, but like I don't know,
I think it was just
it was
gear
a
she was
different
wearing.
shade.
I think it was the gear she was wearing.
She looked good. I mean, she looked like Storm. She really looked
Yeah.
like Storm. So.
That was, I did love the entrance. That was, I think, the only part of that match that I caught of that was like, okay, that's actually pretty cool when she came out with the wings and the white and everything.
And the snow.
Yeah.
I was waiting for somebody to go, it's Sting!
Oh my God, it's Tony Khan. Tony Khan is doing her entrance.
Again. Yeah, I give it 2 pizza cutters out of 5.
Oh, well, I tell you, it doesn't matter how good Jade looks. The bell's got to ring at some point, and she's still not great. No, but that match was like what, 7 minutes, 8 minutes?
It was very short.
Wasn't very long. Very long. So anyway, they're progressing a story there. When the shit hits the fan with Jade, and she really has to go with someone like Naomi or someone like whoever. I mean, who are they going to put her in there that they're going to make her look good? Because Rhea, if it ends up being Rhea and her at some point, Rhea can be botchy at times too. So that doesn't help. I don't know.
So
I'm not a big fan.
The one thing that really pissed me off about Night of Champions was their announcement that Royal Rumble is going to be over there.
Yes, Royal Rumble is going to be up there, over there. Is that 2 nights or 1?
It better be one night.
One.
Yeah. Yeah, a little disappointing.
A lot of disappointing.
It made it all better because CM Punk apologized for all of his comments.
The best thing of the weekend was the Doctor of Punkonomics.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
That was freaking hilarious.
The drug free on the knuckles. I love that.
I give him credit. That's a lot to remember. That is
Yeah.
a lot to remember. So
I read that Bobby Roode booked that.
oh, did he?
He wrote
Okay.
that.
Hey.
Yeah, that was genius.
Yeah, very good. Very good. Very good. So anyway, now the champions. Typical. I wish they would have just went ahead and did the Goldberg match on there. Get that over with. That's more of a Saudi thing. We're going to be stuck next weekend or next Friday or next Saturday night watching that debacle, which we'll go over next week. But no, it was okay. I mean, from what I caught, from what I saw, I caught a bunch of highlights and stuff in the women's match where they were beating the shit out of each other's boobies with kendo sticks. It wasn't ridiculous.
I will. The other thing I will give somebody credit for, good old Charles Robinson, little Nate taking that throw across the just
hell of a pounce.
Yeah,
hell of a pounce.
He's still laying there, I hear.
I love that they replayed that run
from Mania.
Run. Yeah, he looks the same. He's a little older in the face, but man can still run.
Yeah,
man can still run. So
he could run of 4.540.
He was booking it. He was booking it.
They should take him to the NFL scouting combine.
I think he could beat Rich Eisen. You know, Rich Eisen at the combine. Rich Eisen does that 40 run.
He could beat Rich Eisen in reverse.
That's probably true. So anyway, that's over with. So we got a couple other pay-per-views come up next weekend, which we'll cover it towards the end here. So we had Raw on Monday. It came on at 6:00 because it was why did it come on at 6? It was in Pittsburgh, right?
It was in the Berg, yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know why it came on at 6:00, but it did. Maybe they needed more room for commercials.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
one thing that pissed me off was when I didn't watch it live and I thought I could watch it commercial free the next morning. And boy, did I get egg in the face for thinking that one.
You know how sad I was when I put that up in the console or right up over the speedometer. The first commercial came on, I was like, "What?" And I was like clicking.
Yeah,
getting the screen, like, I can't. How do I get that? Like reaching through the steering wheel, trying to get it to fast forward, but it wouldn't. So
I was like, well, at least now I have time for my bathroom break.
Yeah, Jesus. Anyway, Raw from Monday night. Let's go over a little bit of Raw from Monday night. Then we'll get into our little topic here, and we'll get out of here.
So Rhea kicks off Raw, and she gets interrupted by Io. Io challenges her with some very, very bad English to a women's world title match at the Evolution pay-per-view. Rhea accepts, so now we've got our other title match.
The most unenergetic exception of a world title ever.
Yeah.
I watched this interview and I'm like, okay, when Rhea comes out, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a great interview. And then Io comes out and I'm like, oh shit. Like,
don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I love Io a long time, but
yeah, you love Io a long
English,
time. Well,
her English terrible in that one.
I don't love her promos like that. This was just horrible. And then, and again, even killed Rhea's mood because Rhea was out there and she was, doing a good promo to start before she got interrupted, and then it was like Rhea was just like, fuck it, I'm done. So
I think for Evolution, this is the one where Mommy gets her. She's gonna get that title back.
She's never beat Io. She's never beat her, and they've made that comment a few times, and that usually means that
I think Mommy's this is the time it's gonna happen.
They got to do something big at Evolution, right? I mean, what are they really going to do at Evolution? 5 or 6 matches. Hopefully, it'll be less.
Well, they announced a couple.
I was going to say, yeah. And they've got the women's NXT title being defended as well, which Wyatt and I will get into tonight on the NXT shakedown. But JC Jane defends against Jordan Grace.
Yeah,
Jordan Grace should keep her alive.
Yeah, and I really, again, we'll talk more about it tonight with Wyatt and myself, but I really feel like JC Jane was just an interim champion. This belt's going on. Yeah, transitional champion. Yeah. Jordan Grace is going to get this belt, but we'll talk about that later. So,
moving on, we got AJ Styles confronting Dirty Dom backstage. He's got his doctor's
that was funny.
Yeah,
Oh God, that was funny.
Get out your glasses and read this.
yeah. God, that
And
was
he did.
hilarious.
And he did. I loved it.
Yeah, the soccer mom pulled out his driving glasses. So we get to our first
Can't
match.
touch this.
The
Yeah.
first match of the night. Our new World Tag Team Champions Finn Balor and JD McDonough defeat the Newer Day.
Why was this not the main event? I mean, it would have telegraphed the win, the changing of the title if it was the main event, but this should have been the main event. This was a good match.
It was.
Yeah, it was
really
a
good match.
Very, very good
Yeah.
match.
Very good match. Apparently, I missed a segment of Grayson Waller saying he was upset the New Day lost the tag titles to two Hornswoggle lookalikes.
Oh,
Yeah,
I missed that
missed
too. Where
part.
was that?
I don't know. I'm reading it. That's where I found it. So then we get Adam Pearce books Bailey and Lyra for the women's Intercontinental title #1 contender match. They switched from there to Chad Gable announcing he's taking time off from his surgery they had on his shoulder. Ivy Niles in charge of the Alpha Cat, not the Alpha Academy, American Made.
American Made.
And then we see El Grande Americano, Ludwig Kaiser.
I told you that it wasn't Chad Gable. You guys didn't believe me. I told you that it wasn't Chad Gable.
You could tell it was Ludwig Kaiser with the
I
way
don't know. It doesn't
his
really look
chest
like him
was
either.
out and his back was arched. I want to see him when he actually gets in the ring if he does all the Gable moves.
Listen, WWE, you're making it very difficult for me to sell this.
And he's like a foot and a half taller than Gable. They're going to have, I can't wait till Gable comes back and they're standing in the middle of the ring pointing at each other, doing the Spider-Man meme.
Yes.
Hopefully it's when Chad Gable rappels down and takes his mask off and kisses Ludwig upside down. My favorite Spider-Man, by the way.
Balor then asks Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis to consider letting Roxanne Perez have the free bird rule and step in and take the other half of the women's tag titles, which they grant that decision. So now Raquel and Roxanne are the new women's tag titles,
It's
and they will,
all falling into place.
they will defend in a fatal 4-way at Evolution against a Raw team, SmackDown team, and NXT team. And if you read the spoilers for SmackDown, you already know who the SmackDown team is. I won't spoil it.
Fucking spoil it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I think it's Charlotte and Bliss.
Yeah.
'Cause SmackDown was taped after Raw because, unlike Vince, trips don't make them work holidays.
And good for him for giving them off the 4th of July.
Yeah. Is El Grande Americano working though?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what Ludwig is doing.
Yeah. Aldis and Pierce also announced there will be a
I
number
don't
one.
think the Germans celebrate the American 4th of July. I don't know.
Probably not. So Aldis and them announce a number one contenders battle royal for Evolution 2, where the winner gets a. Goddamn, people stop texting me. Gets a women's title shot at Clash in Paris. Let's see, yeah, we got then another backstage segment. Karrion Kross.
Lots of talking.
There was more
Lots of-
backstage than actual in ring. Karrion Kross beat the hell out of Sami Zayn with a pipe, injures his ribs.
Tell him, Sammy, you're a liar.
I got a feeling. My prediction could come to fruition here.
He's going to be fired by the weekend.
That was your prediction. Mine's he's joining Seth's group.
Sammy?
No, Karrion Kross.
Oh, I think Sammy's going to join Seth's group.
Nah.
And and Cross is going to be like, listen, anytime a Cross speaks, you got to listen. He's going to tell me, I told you guys the whole time Sammy was a liar. Sammy's a mole.
Oh, it makes sense. Makes
Sammy's a mole.
sense.
He's not very oozy anymore.
Makes sense, but I don't know. I still think it's gonna be Cross. Gunther comes out to address Old Turd for his match. I was actually up and having my bathroom break and missed this segment. Gunther said he will bully and embarrass Goldberg in front of everybody, and then Rollins and Heyman come out. Rollins is stalking his world title peeps that are carrying the world championship. We saw that at Night of Champions, but he came out to distract Punk and Cena, and he said he only did that because as long as he's got breath in his lungs, Punk's never going to win a world title. And then Punk comes out and chases Rollins up into the crowd, and then LA Knight sneaks up behind Rollins, and then they start fighting through the concessions area. Rollins gets away, and then Punk ends up shoving down Gunther. So got a lot of stuff going on in that one segment.
Hey, peace. We don't really add people into the live stream, but I appreciate it. I loved it. Loved for your comments. Any comments you want to make, please make them.
Who that?
Someone in the kick chat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, welcome to the party. Welcome to Hard Way. Go like. Go follow.
Go subscribe.
Send a dick pic.
No, don't do that.
To Scotty.
Yeah.
We're backstage, so we get Roxanne Perez officially voted in as the new Judgment Day member, and she is granted her World Tag Title strap.
Thanks, Sarah.
So now they all have belts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Liv is not going to be happy when she comes back in February.
And Finn tweeted that they miss Liv.
Oh.
I love the shit Finn's starting, that evil grin he's got on his face. It's money.
He's been stirring it for a hot minute now. It's
Yeah.
all worked out. It's all worked out.
Women's number one contender Intercontinental title match, Bayley and Lyra ended up in a draw due to a double pinfall. Then they beat the absolute hell out of each other. We know where this is going to end up going. It's going to be a triple threat.
Yep.
I believe so. Triple threat at Evolution, right? They're going to do it at Evolution.
Most likely.
Yeah. Who comes out on top there? Becky come out on top because these two can't get their shit together?
I hope Bayley.
Yeah.
But as long as it's not Becky.
I don't see it being. I feel like Becky's going to she's going to stay on top. She's going to stay on top.
Same here. Too soon since you just won it. They announced Rollins versus LA Knight for Saturday night main event. Then Punk confronts Knight backstage and told him to get back to the end of the line. And Knight said he is in line. And when it starts after all the shit he's been through the last month, he's the front of the line. So he told Punk to get to the back. Paul Heyman backstage tells Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed to follow the plan. The Visionary is on the jet, perfecting Plan B, whatever that could be.
Plan B, like the after sex drug?
I don't know.
I'm down with that. Sarah loves. She says I like Lyra. She's really proven herself. Yeah, Lyra's been Lyra and Roxanne Perez have been really nice adds to the main roster. When it comes to the guys that's come up for NXT, I don't think we've seen. I mean, they've done shit with Carmella Hayes. They haven't done shit with. I mean, Braun Breaker is now kind of a henchman. I don't know.
Dragunov should be back soon.
I'm hoping.
Dragon. But yeah, I don't know.
I guess he's been in the Performance Center.
Yeah, Dragon Lee also. They haven't done shit with Dragon Lee. No, I don't know. There's. I don't
Your
know.
boys Fraxium have not done much.
Who?
Your boys Fraxium.
They're on SmackDown.
They haven't done much.
When it's time for them to screw Jonathan Cross, they will.
Yeah.
Main
I
event
will
of
be
the
sitting that prediction challenge out.
main event of the night. The Braun's Breaker and Bronson Reed defeat Sami Zayn and Penta. Breaker pins Zayn after the match. Jey Uso comes out to make the save with a chair. Looks like we're going to get a 6-man here with Jay, Sammy, and Penta against the Bronson Braun, and I got a feeling Karrion Kross is going to be the.
Are we gonna get? Is this gonna be Night of Champions? We getting this weekend? Next weekend?
Night of Champions.
I'm not Night of Champions. Sorry, Saturday night's main event.
They've already got a lot for Saturday night's main event. Because I think
What's one more?
they just added Orton and a returning Drew McIntyre.
Oh,
Spoiler.
pretty good. Spoiler.
Sorry,
It's not FTW.
but that was Monday Night Raw.
Not bad. It's all right. I don't think they're doing enough. They're not pushing enough women's stuff here to push this evolution. So
Because they're pushing Slim Jim tables and ads everywhere. Like, get out of here with this shit.
Like, honestly, NXT has done more to push the women's stuff than Raw or SmackDown.
I would agree.
Which is
The
crazy.
women on NXT is like the main part of their show.
Yeah, no, it really is. Because, I mean, like, after the night after or the week after JC Jane won it, there was like 9-10 women that came out all saying they were number one contender for the women's title.
Was it like isn't that like a WWE thing anyway? Like, I'm here to win. I'm gonna win it. I'm the number one contender. Yeah.
It's so true, but at the same time, it was just like I'm looking at it like, there's more women on NXT than there are guys. It looks like from everything I keep seeing. So, but yeah, so they've been pushing more of this women's evolution thing than Raw or SmackDown. But we'll see how that goes.
All right. So topic for today. So I have a question. Should we thank Tony Khan for the wrestling that we are getting today? I'll go to Ricky first. Should we thank Tony Khan for the wrestling that we're getting today?
Yes and no. No, the clear spot is his piss poor, questionable booking at times, but yes, because it gives us another option of professional wrestling to watch on TV every week. And with that, we get introduced to guys that some of us really never heard of before when it was just WWE. So you got like your Ospreys, your Omegas, a lot of these guys from New Japan are main parts of AEW. So, and obviously now we've got a lot of AEW superstars jumping ship to WWE. So it gives them a starting point to show what they got to get their move up to the main show, which is WWE.
Scotty.
Okay. I'll go with the good points first.
That takes.
Yeah.
That takes.
Hit his music.
It's time for Scott Takes. Scott
Takes. So, going with the good points first, I will agree with you, Ricky, that yes, there have been guys, that use AEW as a starting point to come up and do better things. While we are not necessarily a fan of Jade Cargill's work right now, there is no denying that they have pushed her as a star. They give her the star treatment, the star entrances. Good grief, look at her coming out at Night of Champions. She looked like freaking Storm. It looked amazing. The work may not be there yet, but they at least have given her the presentation of such. Then we've also got the Mariah Mays, I can't remember what her new name is now, but the Mariah Mays.
Blake Monroe.
Blake Monroe, thank you. The Blake Monroes, the Ricky Saints, the Ethan Pages, even bringing back an old timer like a Sean Spears, but, who's now had some seasoning in another company and now comes back and is doing pretty darn good things with the calling in NXT. So, yes, we do have Tony Khan to thank for that and the fact that now these guys are getting their push and getting to be in the big time. And we really get to see what guys like Ethan Page and Ricky Saints can do because as Wyatt and I have talked about on the Shakedown, we love ourselves some good Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. Definitely more chubby Ethan Page than anything else. But that being said, no, the flip side of the coin with the the wrestling, the poor booking, no. Like, why would we thank Tony Khan for absolute insanity of a show where nothing
Tony
makes sense?
tournaments.
Too many freaking tournaments.
I don't want to hear. Don't hear. I do not want to hear anything about Tony Khan and his tournaments when WWE has ran tournaments every month now for the last 3 fucking
It is
months.
true.
They're
It is true,
better
but
than
that's not.
Tony's tournaments.
Yeah,
The King and Queen of the Ring Fatal 4-Ways to start it out were ingenious with the amount of stars they had in there, and it wasn't. I mean, it was predictable to a sense, but it wasn't because
yeah.
Tony Khan's first round is Will Ospreay versus AR Fox.
Fox. Yeah.
Like, come
exactly.
on, really?
But that's another thing. Speaking of Will Ospreay, I'm not saying he's a bad wrestler, but you said it. You just said it a second ago, Ricky. AEW has given us the chance to be exposed to guys.
Did you say Dynamite 300 was in Baltimore?
DC.
It's tonight.
I think that's tonight. Yeah, I just found it.
Okay.
I just saw. Yeah.
There have been guys that we've been given a chance to be exposed to that we would never have seen otherwise. And I'm sorry, but there are guys that in AEW that I wish we had never seen at all, ever. Guys like Orange Cassidy, even guys like freaking Adam Page. Guys.
Adam Page is good.
He's good,
No,
man.
I can't. I can't stand the gay cowboy. I'm sorry. Like,
wow.
he is just
that boy. He's got more heterosexual in his mustache than you got in your whole body.
He's not full on Brokeback Mountain for you.
He is not.
No, I'm sorry, but that haircut and the look and everything, and being a whiny little.
He looks just like Magnum TA did.
No, he does. Like he looks like a Temu Magnum TA. I'm sorry.
All right, T-Bone.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go the opposite way. I don't remember if you guys remember back in 2000.
You didn't say the other two guys you don't like.
Yeah. Well, there's those two knuckleheads too, or freaking Kenny Omega for that matter. But anyway.
Well, I'm going the opposite way. Gotta agree with Scotty. Page sucks. Yeah, I don't think so. I think you guys don't know what
Mercedes Moné.
Yeah,
right.
another one.
She came from WWE. Anyway, I'm going the other way. I don't know if you guys remember 2017, 2018, 2019. Wrestling was not great. Like, it was boring.
Terrible.
It was boring. It was very
terrible.
boring. Enter AEW. New space for wrestling. Gave everyone something different to look at. Cody Rhodes, basically the startup at Cody Rhodes. Your Chris Jericho came over there. It was really good for the longest time. Made WWE elevate their game. Made NXT, NXT was probably the best product that the WWE had. And that's not even the main roster at the time. They weren't even calling it. They were calling it the main roster and NXT. There was no crossover.
Developmental.
Yes, basically developmental.
Literally.
And it was good. NXT was good at the time. But AEW made WWE raise the bar. Get to a different level. Stop being so complacent. When you're the only game in town, who's pushing? There's no one pushing you. AEW did that. And honestly, since AEW did that, WWE has been better and better and better. Even under Vince, it got better. Now, there were still times that AEW was still smoking WWE because Vince was in charge and the stories weren't that great. And Vince was, we could go into Vince being out of touch and blah, blah, blah.
Brock.
Get that
Somebody's got to get Brock and go.
get shit on. AEW raised the bar. Something we got from AEW that we would never, ever get from Vince McMahon's WWE is the Forbidden Door.
Yes.
There is so much wrestling around the world that, again, when you're a WWE person or a WWF person, the only thing you know is that, right? That's why AEW was such a fresh thing. TNA was basically, they had a couple stars, but most of the TNA was your Hulk Hogan's, your Scott Halls, and your Nash. It was all the people that were gone. They were either holdovers from WCW or holdovers from WWE that they didn't want anymore. So that's what TNA was. AEW were fresh faces like Orange Cassidy's and Darby Allin's and your Eddie Kingston, who was huge. A lot of these were indie guys that we never knew or never. And again, in any wrestling organization, there's going to be terrible wrestling. There's just going to be terrible wrestling. When you're the WWE, you had the chance to pick from the top of the top. They don't have that luxury anymore because there is another company out there that is willing to pay the top of the top. So AEW has raised the bar. The Forbidden Door. Remember when the Forbidden Door came out and we were like, oh, okay, well, this is different. We're going to see New Japan. Did you ever watch New Japan? 100%. Most of the people didn't watch New Japan. When it came on, it came on at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody was watching fucking New Japan unless you wanted to hear JR talk because JR was doing all the voiceover stuff. But we got to see people like QT Marshall. Now it was like, oh my God, QT Marshall's a terrible wrestler. He's not. The guy's a trainer. Nightmare Factory. These are people like here's Max Caster, the Gun Club, right? We got to meet the Max Caster and what's the other dude's name?
Bowens,
right? We got to meet those guys. These were Wheeler Yuta, and then a lot of people don't like Wheeler. Eddie Kingston, FTR had a place to go. Jeff Cobb, when they were ruining Jeff Cobb. Who else? Darby Allin, Shingo Takagi, the Bullet Club, Matt Jackson, the Bullet Club. People only knew the Bullet Club if you watched New Japan or watched the Elite stuff. That's it. We got to meet Kenny Omega. No one knew who Kenny Omega was until AEW. So
MJF.
Yes, MJF. Now these are people that we never met before or never seen before. AEW didn't give us. They have some reboot guys now. They're like the Hurt Syndicate. There is always going to be crossovers, but if you look at AEW, it's a lot of younger talent. It's a lot of younger and new talent. So AEW, NXT, WWE had to raise the bar. They had to stop being complacent. They had to be smarter with their storylines. The bloodline thing was coming through. Like they really stepped it up. And if it wasn't for Tony Khan, would we have LA Knight? Maybe. Would we have a new Forbidden Door that the WWE's doing? Would we have a lizard walking around?
Exactly.
Right? Would we have these kind of guys? Would WWE be even approaching it?
Vince.
Here's was Vince's shot at the Forbidden Door. We're gonna bring back Mickie James. That was it. That was our Forbidden Door. Oh, we got Mickie James. Yeah, she was a TNA Women's Champion. Okay, I get you. That's cool. We never would have saw that before.
Yeah.
Look at what Triple H and the WWE has done since the mold was broken.
But
AEW broke the fucking mold. I'm not saying that AEW. Hold on now, lips. I'm not saying that AEW. I'm not saying AEW is the best wrestling in the world because it's not. There are times it's not good. But I'm gonna tell you this: when they say the best wrestlers wrestle in AEW, I'm not too sure they're far from it. Because when it comes down to wrestling, it is wrestling. Those guys actually fucking wrestle. The high flying, that is the wrestling of today. It is different than WWE wrestling. It is good. It is good wrestling if you can follow the fucking story.
It gives the ECW element back with the blood and whatnot.
And they're actually, I think they're getting away from some of that stuff too. I think they're going to get away from some of that stuff too. Again, when you're a startup company, you have to make a splash. How do you make a splash? I'll just put somebody through a flaming table. You'll watch. I'll throw somebody through some real glass. You'll watch. Right?
For 1 week.
So I'm saying the AEW wrestling isn't great all the time, but neither is WWE. We just had a WWE heavyweight champion that's not the greatest wrestler in the world, but he was over.
Yeah, well,
I'm just saying, AEW has raised the bar, and I think that's where you can say, Tony Khan, thank you.
The only reason WWE has gotten better. See, here I'll disagree with you on one thing. WWE
Just
and
on one?
AEW, WWE and AEW were at about the same level when Vince was in control. The only reason the tide has switched is because Vince is gone, and now a lot of the old guard and the old ways of doing things are now gone. So now Triple H and WWE can do different things that would never have happened under Vince.
Where did they get
So
the idea for doing all that?
I'm not saying they didn't get the idea, but here's the thing about it. AEW has taken those ideas and overused them. Why did we have like Forbidden Door should have been a once in a lifetime deal. Now they do it every year and it's overused and overdone and treated like it's just, it's
Do
a
you
run of the mill deal. Like, that's the thing. We can't thank Tony. We can thank him for introducing the idea, but the idea has been prostituted and proselytized and just turned into absolute
watch your
freaking
mouth?
You better not say
yeah.
that to me again.
And freaking just overused to the point where nobody cares about it anymore.
I don't
Okay.
see. I think you're wrong.
Okay.
I think you're
Okay.
Go ahead,
So
go ahead.
so at one point, Tony Khan was partnered up with TNA. Remember?
Yep.
Kenny Omega, TNA World Champion, Christian,
the belt
TNA World
collector.
Champion.
But again,
belt
look at
collector.
where that
the
went.
Good Brothers. Yeah, and where did that go? Triple H snatched TNA right out from under them
Yeah.
and partnered them with NXT.
Yes.
They snatched AAA right out from under AEW, who used El Vikingo del whichever
Gesundheit.
one that. Yeah, I'll clean that up. Yeah, he snatched them right out from under there. So he just took a bunch of the talent pool away from Tony Khan's arsenal.
And that makes sense because
under
there's
Vince-
way more exposure for with the
Going
WWE.
back to your love of territory snatching,
True. I mean, don't get me wrong,
it's
but
damn true.
at the same time, like this is, in my view, again, they didn't. Well, they bought out AAA, so that's one thing. But they're partnered with TNA. They're not. They haven't bought out TNA as
they're
of
partners.
yet.
They're partners.
Yeah, as of yet. Now, who knows in the near future if TNA can't hold up their end of the bargain, they may end up becoming a property of WWE at some point. But that's a whole different conversation.
So I think that the AEW was doing the same thing that WWE is doing now.
But again, they wouldn't have gotten away with that under Vince. That's the thing.
Fuck
Vince was
fuck Vince.
But now that Vince is gone, they can do more of that stuff. I guarantee you, if Vince had been gone 10 years sooner, WWE would have already partnered up with TNA before.
How do you think they came across Io Sky? How do you think they came across Kairi Sane? How do you think they came across Rusev? How do you think? I mean, someone's paying attention out there to other wrestling organizations. Tony Khan watches everything. And it is a throw shit against the wall and see what sticks with AEW and now WWE. They see a guy, they're like, okay, let's take this guy and see what he can do. We'll throw him out there in front of everybody. If he's good, he can go back and forth to New Japan. And if he's good, he's good. We'll keep him here. Takeshita, right? Here's another guy who was big over in New Japan and big over across seas, huge. Now he's here and he's making money and he's good. Will Ospreay.
Okada.
Yeah.
Okada.
Well, I wouldn't put Okada in there.
I would not put Okada.
I like
anyway,
Okada.
Okada, the Rainmaker.
I love Okada.
The guy is Jesus Christ. He's the John Cena of New Japan. They bring him over here. It's a different audience. We have Asian people here who watch wrestling, believe it or not. Not in this house, but they do watch wrestling. At Ricky's house for sure.
No,
she didn't. No, she didn't watch wrestling. Anyway, what I'm saying is, people bash Tony Khan for doing the exact same thing WWE is doing now. That's all they're doing. They're grabbing people. This what's his lizard guy?
Mr. Iguana.
Mr. Iguana.
I want to see him go. I want to see him go up against Santino and the Cobra.
Yeah, they're gonna put him. They're gonna
Have
put
a
him
reptile
on
feud.
WWE TV. Joe Hendry is a fucking phenomenon in another company. And what did WWE do? We gotta get him.
Merch.
That's the exact same thing that AEW is doing.
Merch and viewership.
WWE's presentation is way better. I think that's what helps WWE. Their presentation is way better. I don't know about their merch stuff. I don't know. But they're going to take Danhausen. Danhausen is coming to the WWE. It's coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read rumor of them in Private Party.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Him
I
on
heard
Private Party.
Party too. Yeah. They need to go to NXT. But anyway,
Yeah.
we don't need them up on the main roster standing around.
Standing around next to the
Yes,
Street
boys.
Profits. The Street Profits.
So anyway, that's why I say I think everybody needs to, whether you like Tony Khan or you like AEW, you hate whatever, you have to thank them because they made pressure creates diamonds. And that's what they did. They put pressure on WWE to step up their game. And again, they did. They did. They stepped up their game. So thank you, Tony. An 8-ball for Tony. He's got a cold or something?
No, just
Oh.
You still got flour on your table from the Christmas episode.
yep. Still got flour over here.
I was all caked up for the longest time. It was stuck in my nose. So.
Jesse was making a cake. She just shake your head over the pan.
Name me a woman that WWE found out there, and she was everywhere. She ended up in AEW for a little bit, AAA. Now she's with WWE.
Oh, Stephanie Vauquier.
That's right, rocket ship to the moon.
Yeah, it was last year at Forbidden Door where she had to drop the strong woman's title to that freaking horse mouth Mercedes Hogan.
Yeah.
Mercedes Hogan. Does Mercedes win? Does Mercedes beat Tony Storm?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think she defends the TBS title against Mina tonight.
Yeah,
So that'll be a telltale right there. If she drops the TBS title to Mina, she's taking that title off Tony.
Let's hope not. That's this weekend.
I hope she drops the title to Mina and she does not win the title from Tony.
I want her to lose everything and become like Bum Corbin, like with a mustard stain.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that.
Tony Khan would never allow that.
No, not when you're sleeping with her.
That's his new pet toy.
No, she's sleeping with the Beast now.
Yeah, Mortos.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she and Rigor Mortis are together.
No.
Yeah,
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
God damn.
What'd you
I
call
didn't
it?
know that. Rigor mortis.
Rigor Mortis.
Rigor Mortis.
Isn't he the mascot for the Maryland Terrapins? Oh, that's a tortoise.
That's a
tortoise.
tortoise. Yeah.
Tortoise.
That's the Rigor Mortis tortoise.
Got it. Boys, you got anything else? We're going to get out of here.
No, I think we're good.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Again, make sure you go like and subscribe. If you're on this video right now on YouTube, whatever, go give it a thumbs up. If you're on Kick, thank you for joining. Make sure you go follow us on Kick and Facebook. Drop a like, drop a share. Get us out there. We're trying to grow, and God damn it, we're stagnant. We're like AEW.
Patreon. We're getting ready to start our new month of
Yes, I will have the
Predictions
points
Challenge.
out tomorrow. We believe we're crowning a new champion. The belt extender is coming in. But the new
bungee
predictions
cord.
challenge starts in 2 weeks. And the first weekend is a big weekend. 3 pay-per-views. Saturday night's main event, All in Texas, and
What?
Evolution.
What?
So, and I'm sure
What
there's
And
American
I didn't
Dad.
actually know. And are we doing NXT as well?
yes. When is NXT?
I believe that's the same weekend as
Yeah, I think you're right.
Great American
Oh,
Bash.
you know why? Because All in Texas is like 2:00 in the afternoon or something like that.
Yeah. So
Yeah. Randy says congratulations.
So join us or be cursed.
Yes. So we will not be on this Friday. We will be back next Wednesday. No, next
Tuesday?
Thursday or Friday? No, I'm out of town.
I'm just waiting
next-
for the Facebook Messenger to pop up and say, "Hey, we're recording."
Yeah. Next, we'll be back next week, towards the end of the week for Rick's picks, and we got lots of pay-per-views to go over. What's your schedule like, Rick, next week? Can you go later? Like Friday later or Thursday later?
How I can. I just got to be at work by
It has to
9.
be Friday later. Has to be Friday later.
As long as I can be at work by 9,
Oh yeah, yeah. I was thinking bump it back an hour.
it's fine.
Bump it back an hour. So
Extra hours sleep.
Yep, there you go. There you go. I will be at the Orioles game Wednesday and Thursday. So won't be home till Friday.
Yeah, July 12th, Great American Bash, by the way. So
July 12th. Same day. Yeah, that's why All In Texas moved up early. So yeah, we get to watch Goldberg win the world title.
I hope Seth cashes in
No.
immediately.
Oof. That'd be the way to go out. I hope he wins. I hope Gold Turd wins it.
Old turd.
And he holds the belt for less time than Drew McIntyre held it.
No, I hope he
Gilbert.
goes in.
I hope Gilbert comes out and spears old turd out of his
Dwayne
boots.
said he was going to pitch it.
Yeah,
Dwayne said he was going to pitch it. So
now what I want to see, if Goldberg wins it, I want to see him
die.
hold it for the same amount of time Santino was in the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
So that's
I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
On the hard way.
Rigor mortis.